Hey YouTube, how is it going today? Well, the market is down yet again, but energy is continuing to outperform. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the best looking ones that I found. So if your portfolio is lagging a bit lately, get a pen and a piece of paper because I am going to give you some great looking stocks to check out. Now, if you're new to my channel, I've been trading and investing for over 20 years, and in every video, I'll show you some of the potential trades and investments that I see setting up. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. And I also have a Patreon group, so if you would like to be a part of our community and see what we are buying and selling in real time, that link is in the description. All right, so let's jump into these charts. But first off, just a couple things. Number one, if you could like the smash button for me and help me out with the YouTube algorithm, I would greatly appreciate it. It did take me a little bit of time to put together all of these stocks and go through all of my scans to find the best ones for you. And number two, of course, is I'm not a financial advisor. Please do all of your own research before buying any stocks you see in my videos. All of this is just my opinion. But with that being said, let's get into it. The first thing I want to show you, of course, is the ETFs, just to show you overall how well these stocks are performing. This industry, I should say, is performing compared to the rest of the market. And the first thing I have to show you is the XLE, which is the Spider Select Energy ETF. And we can see this one is making a nice rounded bottom, a J hook, and looks like it's poised to be breaking to a new high probably any day now. Another one to show you is Vanguard's product, and that one is the VDE. Let's see if I can get this to work. The VDE, there we go. And the VDE is making basically the same exact pattern because it's basically the same exact stocks. It's just Vanguard's product. We can see this one is also ready to break out to a new high. And another one to show you guys are the MLP. So the AMLP is already out to a new high, and the next one is the MLPA. The MLPA is the global MLP ETF, and these MLPs are also outperforming the market. But the first ones that I wanted to show you were a little bit higher quality and a little bit more expensive, but they pay a nice dividend. And the first one I want to show you was Kinder Morgan. Kinder Morgan is about $18 a share, $18.25 a share at the moment, and the dividend is approximately 6%. So this one is not only outperforming the market, but you're going to collect that nice dividend as this thing most likely will continue to grind higher. Next one I want to show you is OKE. And OKE is trading at about $53.13. This one is also in the oil and gas midstream sector. And it's up to $53.13 at the moment. And this one actually pays a 7% yield. So you're going to get a 7% yield, as most likely this stock will continue to outperform with this sector. I mean, these are in very nice uptrends. The trend is your friend. So as the rest of the market continues to pull back, I think more money is going to flow in some of these energy stocks. And OKE is definitely a nice looking one. Next one I want to show you is TRP. TRP is actually pulling back a little bit today, pulling back to $50.14, but you can see this is making a very nice long rounded bottom and is probably going to continue to move higher. It's pulling right back towards that support level, has probably another 50 cents to $1 to get to that support area from back in August of last year, and that should be a pretty strong support area. But this one is also paying a 5.5% yield approximately at the moment as well. So very nice dividend on TRP. Next one is CQP. CQP is trading at $40.54. And you can see this one was making a nice rounded bottom as well. So very nice long bases in a lot of these patterns. And you know how the old saying goes, the longer the base, the higher to space, or the higher in space. Well, however that saying goes, it just means the nice long bases usually result in nice big breakouts eventually. But this one is actually pulling right back towards the support area that you can see that I have on this chart right here, right around $40. And CQP actually pays almost a 6.5% dividend. So another nice dividend payer that you could buy and wait for these things to continue to grind higher and collect that nice dividend as it continues to go up. But you guys know I love lower price stocks, so I want to show you some other lower price stocks in this sector. First off, I just want to show you some of the coal stocks. I went over some of the coal stocks a few videos ago, and they are continuing to make nice patterns. First one I want to show you is HNRG. HNRG is continuing to hold above that support area. This one is kind of a slow mover. It's a bit of a choppy stock, but is continuing to grind higher. And I think it's only a matter of time before this pattern just starts to explode. You know, it's got this nice creeping trend, or it gets out to a new high, pulls back into it, gets out to a new high, pulls back into the trend, and I think eventually it's going to break to a new high, come back down, and touch one of these tops, and that's when the trend is going to accelerate. So HNRG is a nice looking pattern. Next one we talked about was BTU. This one is pretty extended at the moment. Talked about this one in the video several days ago, but this thing is very strong, but I would wait for a pullback on BTU because this one is just way too extended. You don't want to be buying it just yet, but you can definitely see how strong some of these energy stocks are. Next one is AREC. AREC is a little bit different. This thing is grinding down into a descending wedge. You know, these things, these descending wedge patterns usually end in a breakout to the upside, plus you have some other things going forward. It's getting right down to the 200 period simple moving average as well, and it's coming down to this support area that it had back in January. So there's several things that are playing out in this stock at the moment, and it could result in an explosion to the upside. Still a lot of overhead resistance, so you got to be patient with this one. You got to wait for that breakout, but I think if this one does get a breakout, this could be a big mover. Next one I want to show you is SXC. SXC is a very nice looking chart as well. This thing continues to grind higher, and I think it's just a matter of time before this creeping trend ends up making a high, coming down on an old resistance level, which of course will be support, and then the trend will accelerate. But definitely a nice looking pattern. It's already into a very nice uptrend, so SXC, I would expect that to continue higher. Next one in this sector was Arch Coal. Arch Coal is a little bit higher price, but this is a very, very good company, and it looks like it's finally breaking through this resistance box that I had drawn on there from a little while ago. So Arch Coal looks like it is poised to just break out into new highs and keep going. Now let's get into some oil stocks. First one I want to talk about is WTI. I actually do own this one. This one is also making one of those J-hook type patterns and trying to get over that 50 period simple moving average. This one got a little bit too extended back in February, and since then has had a pretty decent pullback. This would have been a nice area to grab it. I thought it was actually going to come a little bit lower than that. I was going to add to it. But, you know, it did turn around, and it looks like it's headed higher. It's jumping above that 50 period simple moving average and starting to gain momentum again. Next one I want to show you is Southwest Energy. I also own this one as well, and this one is actually breaking out to a new high today. Started making that beautiful rounded bottom that took, you know, almost a year to complete, and now it looks like it's finally starting to accelerate to the upside. So Southwest Energy, beautiful, beautiful looking pattern. Next one I want to show you is VOC. VOC is doing pretty good as well. This one is just kind of meandering sideways. I do have this support level that it's been just chopping through, but it's still holding above it and looks like it could be starting to round up. So VOC is definitely one to keep on your watch list. This one is a little bit thinner traded than most. There's only just under 70,000 shares traded at the moment, and this is midday, so this thing usually trades right around 100,000 shares or so. So it's a little bit thinner traded than most stocks. So if you don't like thinner traded stocks, you could certainly avoid this one. Next one that I really like that I don't own is FLMN. FLMN was going sideways for several months, and now it looks like it is breaking higher and is holding those moving averages. It has held that moving average for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and all we need is for it to print a nice green candle right here coming off this support, and I think this one could be off to the races. So FLMN, Falcon Minerals, definitely a nice looking chart pattern. Next one is VET. VET is making another one of those J-hook rounded bottom type of patterns, and looks like it could be headed higher. Now, when they make these type of patterns, they can grind around for a little bit before they end up going higher, but these are usually pretty bullish patterns. So VET is definitely looking really good. Next one I want to show you is GDP, Gross Domestic Product. Well, no, actually this one is Goodrich Petroleum Corporation, and this one is making a very nice rounded bottom. So, I mean, just a lot of bullish patterns in this sector. So I just definitely think that this group of stocks are going to be headed higher. Normally when I go through a sector and there's just, you know, stock after stock after stock that are making bullish patterns, they almost always end up following through to the upside. So that's why I wanted to show you guys some of these stocks. But GDP is looking super good. Next one is MRO. MRO is an $11 stock, but you can see similar pattern. Had a nice double bottom right here, and now it's above all of those moving averages, and it looks like this one is poised to grind higher as well. So those are the ones that I wanted to show you guys, but man, this sector is definitely looking like it's probably going to be headed out to a new high, and they're going to continue to remain strong. So if your portfolio is lagging a little bit, you know, consider putting some of these energy stocks in here, because I don't think the run is over just yet, because a lot of these stocks are still looking super good. All right, guys, well, that's all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions about any of these stocks, or if you have any other stocks you want me to take a look at, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, guys, and until next time, take care.